anybody else was going to hear it, other than, yes, someone else is going to hear it, but that's not what this is. This is, I was asking the questions I was interested in, and I wanted to learn as much as I could. This is why this is different.
Today.
The sounds you are hearing are all coming out of silence. I'm sorry.
I'm not officially just Moya on Instagram. It isn't a big deal, and it's like a little bit superficial, but it just feels nice and it feels kind of cool. And also because sometimes people get my name wrong and they think it's Moyama. Now my IG handle is Moya, and I feel like that's such a power move, and this power move now needs to be met with the correct and right action for my future. But okay, that's really fun. I just thought I'd share.
What's embryo question?
Embryo?
AK-47.
Red?
Oops, the gun went off on accident. I was just in my parents' house.
Hi guys, we're back. Somehow it is February. January simultaneously felt like the longest month, and then also just so painfully needed that to be over. Wasn't quite the kickstart month that I was hoping for. I explained, I don't know, I kind of talked a little bit more in my last video. Also, I've been a little sick the past few days, so I sound pretty nasally, but I wanted to talk to you guys. But it's only February. It's February. February feels better. February feels good. I don't know. I went to the cafe this morning and I did my January reflections and February intentions spread in my journal. I'll have all the journal prompts just on this screen. I'm not going to go into all my January reflections, but to get everything on a page, to also assess the good stuff and the bad stuff in conjunction, reminding myself that there were high moments, and also realizing like how grateful I am for like the people who were there for me, for you guys, for all your sweet comments on my last video, and for anyone who's feeling kind of similar. I thought I'd share a few things from my February intentions. I split it into major and minor goals: how I want to feel this month, new things I want to try, and affirmations. And new things I want to try, I want to bring back running, because it got a little bit too cold in Paris to run outside, and I really don't like running on a treadmill. So we're definitely going to be a little bit out of practice, but I really want by the end of the month to be able to run 10k, like just one 10k. I've only ran one 10k once in my life, and it was for this like charity race that I signed up when I was younger. It was super painful, but I did it, and I know if I consistently try to improve the distance that I run on in a more methodological, like in a better way, then I'd be able to do a 10k. And it's so nice to be able to run along the river or in some of the parks, so maybe I'll try and get my first run in this week if I feel a little better. I don't want to push myself too much. I also want to be more intellectually stimulated. January was a low month for me in everything. Editing my hair, that was a little bit dramatic. I was just thinking about how I felt on a whole in January, and I was feeling pretty low. But there were definitely still some highs and some things that I'm proud that I did in January. I was just being dramatic. Within the lows, I started consuming a lot of social media, a lot more than my screen time was higher than it normally is. And I kind of got to that point where I could feel myself craving that instant dopamine rush of going on like TikTok or Instagram, which is a not nice feeling. In order to try and ease myself out of that, I'm restarting one of my favorite books, because I know that's gonna be like a good way to get back into reading again, and also just read more like short form like essays and articles. In the midst of me watching a lot of TikToks, I saw people posting like all these articles that I read this week, or top 10 articles that you should read about like love or about living in your 20s. Saved a bunch of those, subscribed to some art magazines. So, oh wow. There's a lot of construction going on in the street. That's why I'm using my phone as a mic. How I want to feel this month is to be loved and to give love, because it is the month of love, and that's also in platonic settings and with friends and family, creatively and intellectually stimulated, which will equal fulfillment. That's a big jump, but I just mean like a general sense of feeling fulfilled, rather than, I guess, if you spend more time on social media, it's not the most fulfilling of places to be. Stimulating myself creatively and intellectually and other means should hopefully instill a more positive mindset. And I also want to be more consistent with therapy. I've been pretty good this month. Unfortunately, my therapist is moving to the other side of Paris, and I don't know if I like her enough to take a 40-minute metro. I really hope, I doubt she watches my YouTube videos. I might go shopping for another therapist, because I know I can always do video calls, but since therapy is expensive, I want to take advantage of the fact that there are English-speaking therapists in Paris. I'll link a few websites where I find them if you're in Paris and are an expat and want a therapist. But I think the main thing is just continue to be gentle with myself. Not too gentle that I get complacent, but gentle enough that I'm not beating myself up for feelings a certain kind of way, like being sick. Like I got really annoyed at myself for being sick because I had a lot of things to do, and I always get a bunch of questions on where I get my journals from. It's Muji. This is the open flat notebook with grid paper. They also have lined and plain, and for pens I use Muji 0.38 gel. So good. I will die on a hill for those pens. Good morning. Oh wow, it is really sunny today, and I think now that it's starting to get past, there were a few months where the sun wasn't actually coming into my apartment anymore. Always nice to feel the sun the sun on your face. This morning, or this afternoon, I have a lunch. Leave it on. I'm kind of nervous. Meeting new people, scary, especially whenever they're professionals. But I'm gonna put my best feet forward. So I just finished getting ready and kind of was fixing my fringe a little bit, and then going to get dressed. I can't do this with one hand. These white jeans, and I'm gonna wear it. I love the little tag here, it's so cute. This leather jacket. They also sent a blue shirt, but I think I'm just gonna wear my own t-shirt underneath this. It'll keep me warm because it's furry. The details. It's already 8:30. I'm making some food. I'm just boiling some miso soup and noodles. Air frying tofu, which has been so good. I was in a big salmon, like air frying salmon phase. You know, salmon is a little bit more expensive, and sometimes getting tofu at French supermarkets isn't very good. But there's a market that I go to. There's not one near me, but there's one in Belleville and also in Opera called Chen Market. This is my tofu of choice, and it's like under €2 for a big block. So I've been marinating it and air frying it, and today I'm gonna have my noodles. Lunch was super nice. Oh my gosh, the food was amazing. We had durad and scallops and this beautiful like apple tart. And I think it went well. It was kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. Not because the people weren't nice, but it was definitely a wake-up call as to how much my conversation, like, you know, I can talk about myself
But that's kind of where it ends. Like I could understand the conversations and what people were saying, but I couldn't really contribute. Like, you know, I was kind of just sitting, smiling, and being like, bah oui, like just trying to like come in with like some little kind of French phrases. But I think it was good practice, and give us flowers. In the end, I just put them in a vase. They're so pretty. They need to be revived a little because they weren't in water all afternoon. Honestly, my best purchase this year was maybe a air fryer. Like, so crispy on the outside, so puffy. Oh my god, it's so yummy.
On a dépassé 2 minutes. Encore 1 minute pour se rendre. Aïe.
So fun. Wow, I need flat plates. I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and I also want to go to the bookstore because I have some credit. I haven't been reading much in January. I didn't really read anything, which I'm kind of disappointed in myself about, but there was also just like a lot of shit going on that it wasn't my priority. And then this evening I'm going to a talk at the Musée Rodin with Anthony Gormley. He's a British sculptor. He has an exhibition currently on view at the Rodin. I'm gonna go on my own, and I think it'll be really interesting. I wonder if I'll be able to film any bits. It's in English, thankfully, because I don't think my French vocabulary could extend to art historical terms. I bought some vintage Miu Miu glasses on Vinted a few weeks ago for like 40 euros. I don't know how much they're currently selling for, like in store, because I know there's this big trend of like the Miu Miu secretary glasses. I took them to opticians and got them fixed up. In theory, they should be hot. Like, they should be good. Maybe I'm just looking at myself in the viewfinder. I think they just look a bit harsh, especially with the fringe. I don't know. I really like them though. Like, objectively, they're beautiful glasses and they would be great for the vibe. But in execution, I'm not too sure. Maybe I have to get used to them. I have been clearing out a lot of things from my closet. Everything's all there. So it's still in my space, which is kind of annoying, but I'm planning on selling things at the end of the month. More details to come. I've already taken the liberty of purchasing some new pieces for my wardrobe, which I will share with you later, one of which were these glasses. I've bought some stuff that were a little bit more expensive but had so much intention behind it, and I've been wearing them so much, including the coat. I'm not sure if you've seen the coat that I wore this morning. Well, I'll be wearing it now. This is such a great coat. Wait, let me just show you. I saw this Irish, absolutely great girl to follow on Instagram, Veronica Farrell. I think that's her name, but her username is Secondhand Hands. She does a lot of like street style videos. Really, really cool, really sweet. I met her last fashion week and just such an angel. But she was wearing this coat and she was influenced by Alexa Chung, who was wearing the coat, original It Girl. And it's from a Scandi brand, I think, called Philippa K. In my opinion, the perfect chic, classy coat. And unfortunately, really unfortunately, I think it's probably sold out, because it was sold out whenever I went to go and try and purchase it directly from Philip Bouquet because it was like last autumn winter. And then I went on Vinted and I looked up the brand and someone was selling the coat basically new my size. I really don't think this clip is doing it justice right now. I'm gonna insert some photos because I know I'm just gonna have this for a long time. A little bit of shoulder padding, like a little bit more of a masculine silhouette. Oversized, like this is an extra small. I'm normally an extra small and it still feels oversized on me. It's just made dressing so easy the past few weeks. Like I can put this on top of anything and look put together. I have gone out in sweatpants and looked put together with this coat over. So one of my great purchases of January. Sometimes I forget how beautiful the city is. I'm still not 100% sure on these glasses, but I'm headed to the Gormley Talk, and I thought it was at the Musée Revin. It's actually at the Beaux-Arts, which is really cool because if I was ever to go back to university and study again, I would want to go there. And I've never been inside. I love you.